What's up, everyone? That guy Ralph. New video time. Avengers Endgame review. I am skipping spoiler free only because this movie was based off of so much mystery and it has so much going on that it's hard for me to give the review that I want to give you without spoiling it. So, for the freedom for myself, there will be spoilers in this video and there will be no spoiler free. I'm sorry, guys. But what I will say, you must see it. You have to see it for yourself, and you really need to grasp it. Like, I don't care how you need to see it, just go watch it. It's a must see. The movie's making billions and billions and billions of dollars. They're making bank, man. It's great. Anyways, on to the review. Avengers Endgame. I went into this movie expecting almost everything and nothing. It's weird, but I went into it with just expectations as a fan of just watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This movie did take about 11 years to come, and it is 22 movies in the slot of Marvel, and I believe they're ending Phase 4 after Far From Home. But I saw it twice. The first time I saw it, I wasn't supposed to see it. I had my tickets already ordered for Sunday night, but I was like, I couldn't wait no more, man. So I gathered up the family. It was me, my fiance, my brother-in-law, and my oldest son. We went to the movie Saturday morning. We checked it out, and I'm glad we did. The movie was just fantastic, right? Also, what I'm doing different from this review compared to my other reviews, if you guys do watch my videos, I'm not giving you a grading system. The reason why is because this movie gave me so much that I liked that I feel like me doing a grading system would just be me nitpicking for the sake of just giving scores. And it pleased me in so many different ways that I can't do it, you know? I don't want to nitpick. I don't want to be that person. Was it perfect? No, of course not. But it was perfect for me. And when I give these reviews, these are my opinions. But this movie was fantastic. So much fan service. Fan service and storytelling was at its all-time high with Endgame, which is why I really liked it. That's why I loved it, actually. I saw it the second time, and I got as hyped up in a lot of scenes, if not more, because I knew they were coming. I did cry in the film, right? I'm going to get to that a little later. But overall, you see where the heroes left off at in Infinity War, and you see the whole time jump of 5 years, and they're all just dealing with what happened. They have no other choice. You know what I mean? The stones are gone. Thanos is finally dead after he was killed by Thor in the first part of the movie. And they're just broken, man. So much development with these characters. And you've been seeing these characters for years. And for you to see them as broken as they are was just crazy. And it just was so much going on. Some of my favorite parts of the movie, I will say, is watching Thor get fat. Oh my god. And it's not because it was funny, which it was, but he was really going through it. PTSD is a serious thing, and he was messed up in head, and he physically showed, kind of like, yeah, you know he's messed up, but can you see he's messed up? And it showed. Shout out to Chris Hemsworth. He's a great actor. For that alone was fantastic. Tony Stark always had like the good end of everything. Even growing up and even in the whole Iron Man, he always found the way. And luckily for him, he didn't lose Pepper Potts, and that was his, love of his life. So he was able to move on. They had a child. They have a daughter named Morgan, like he predicted in Infinity War, and she's a little girl. He's having fun. He's enjoying his new life, his second chance that he calls it. Captain America is doing what Sam did, and they did a lot of support groups. He's actually talking to one of the Russo brothers and the creator of Thanos in the support group, so that was really fucking cool. Natasha is just trying to find things to be okay about, and she's not. Hawkeye lost his family, lost everyone. He went on deep end, became Ronin, and he just started killing everyone who's not taking their second chance. It's just great. Just to see development from that. I think that was one of my favorite things of the movie, just development and the storytelling behind it. From if you guys watched Ant-Man and Wasp, the end credit scene when I'm about to say Paul Rudd when Ant-Man Scott Lang is in the quantum realm. he's stuck because everybody else disappears when they do the snap. So luckily for him, a rat runs in the van and runs over the little panel. He becomes back from the quantum realm, and he's so confused. We don't know why, because apparently 5 years happened, and we didn't know how long he was stuck in there for, or what he perceived, which he later explains after finding his daughter and finding Rogers and Natasha, that it felt like 5 hours. So to him, he was just there for a day chilling, but it was 5 years. And that gave him the idea of time travel. That was one of my predictions. My two predictions, one of them being, well, the main one was time travel. But I said I didn't know whether it was going to be quantum realm or the time stone, but it was quantum realm. So shout out to me. But the end, here goes the next one. So his idea was to go back in time, grab the stones, and figure out a way to make everything okay again, or bring back the loved ones, which was my other prediction. So shout out to me again. I did get the one prediction wrong about, it wasn't Pepper who saved Tony. It was Captain Marvel. But my other prediction about Captain Marvel being the strong arm is going to be explained again. She doesn't show up a lot in the movie, so I guess I was still kind of right. But yeah, so they go find Tony Stark, and this I loved a lot. He didn't want to do the time travel. He didn't want to fix what was done because he already made a second choice for himself. So he goes, yeah, granted, a lot of us are suffering, but some of us coped with it, and I have a new life. And if I do anything, my new life can be in jeopardy. I have a daughter, and it was, you always knew Tony Stark was very selfish, but for him to explain that just made it even more selfish. And that goes back to what Captain America said in Avengers 1, that, the whole, you wouldn't put your life on the line for the wire, or whatever the hell he said. He just cut it. I'm paraphrasing it. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that I felt like was just great development. But of course, they go to Banner. Now, Banner is Hulk, and Banner at one, Professor Hulk. The man is smart, and he's still big and green and strong. And he, it was funny to look at. I'm not gonna lie, it was hilarious, but very enjoyable because you knew eventually it was gonna get to a point where the two would mesh and become one. But it was just funny seeing, because he's like taking pictures with fans, but he's not really good with quantum realm. He's not good with quantum physics. That's not his expertise. So of course Tony Stark is at his house. He's messing around with it and figures it out. Goes to the Avengers. He's trying to figure it out, and they mess up. Apparently, they're putting time through Lang instead of, at Lang or in Lang or whatever the hell they said. And he's becoming like old, young, just over and over again. That shit was hilarious. And they figure it out. Tony Stark figures it out. Has like these GPS time travel quantum realm things. And they test it out with Hawkeye. He goes back to his family. He picks up a mitten, brings it back. So obviously it worked. He was able to do it. They go through with the whole plan. And they mentioned, which I thought was a shout out to the comics. Well, maybe it wasn't, but to me it was. Going back in time and killing baby Thanos. But apparently, your future self, how Hulk explained it was, your future self going into the past, technically that past is your future. Anything happened in the past is already done. So by doing anything else, you're just making alternate timelines, but it's not affecting anything in your present or in your past. So that was kind of confusing. So they really did things differently than what you're normally used to in most time traveling movies, which I appreciated, because sometimes you just got to do your own shit. And that was really cool. So they go back. You see a lot of the cool events. You see them going back to New York. You see them go to Asgard. You see them go to Morag, where they get the Power Stone from Quill. And you see a lot of likable stuff. The scene from New York was my favorite. Well, one of my favorites in this movie. Due to the fact of the Captain America reference. Oh my God. He's in the, he's trying to get the scepter, and he's in the elevator, and he knows that everybody's in the elevator is Hydra or Rumlow. And everybody knows the scene of the, in Winter Soldier, where he's like, if anyone want to get off now, bah, 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 bah. starts kicking everybody's ass, and he just, whoo. So I'm thinking that's what they about to do. I'm like, oh, he about to go him. But he ends up leaning over to dude and goes, Hell Hydra. Oh my God, mind fucking blown. I think I was the only one who understood that reference. And I think my girl did because she was with me about the comic. But oh my God, the comic book with Hell Hydra from Captain America. That was a nod to that. Shout out to Marvel for that. I got so pumped. You see Rocket and Thor go back to Asgard. Thor gets to talk to his mom. He's like breaking down because he misses her. It's been so many years since she's been dead. Rocket gets the Aether from Jane Foster. Then you have Rhodey and Nebula back on Morag trying to get the Power Stone from Quill. Apparently, their consciousness from future Nebula and past Nebula link up. Thanos from that time finds out what's going on. He knows what's going on. So boom, now you got a new threat going on. They try to get the Tesseract. They end up dropping the ball. Loki grabs it and dips off wherever the hell he goes because now he has a spice thing. But they only got enough Pym particles for one trip to and one trip back. But Tony Stark said, hey, look, I got an idea. We're going to go back in time. We're going to go to Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. And we're going to get the Pym particles and we're going to get the Tesseract. So they knew it was on a military base. They go back. You see Tony Stark and his dad have some banter. Captain America gets the Pym particles and he runs into Becky Carter. He looks at her from a distance in her office. Just great, because then you start like, man, when is Cap going to get his time? My man's been frozen this whole time. So they jump back to Morag. They mess up, man. They mess up. Future Nebula ends up getting captured by past Gamora and Nebula. They do a swap out. They got all the stones. But the Soul Stone was the key to it all. That's the one, the first time you start crying in the movies. Because, of course, you have a soul for a soul, as Red Skull said it. And that was Hawkeye and Black Widow's mission. So, of course, one of them had to go. My prediction was right. Black Widow died. She sacrificed herself. Every movie you see Black Widow always puts herself on the line. And this one, she finally did it. She did what she wanted to do. She got them. This is what she wanted. She wanted to do one last hurrah to really save the day. And that was another of my prediction of mine. I was right. It was Black Widow. But it was actually more depressing than I'm probably making this seem. They gather all the stones. Hulk ends up talking to Ancient One. He gets the whole astral projection, and she explained that the stones aren't linear. So technically, the stones can't be taken out. People can, but not the stones. The stones themselves have to stay in a certain placement in their timeline. So he goes, okay, well, we'll bring them back to where they need to, but I need the time stone. Boom, whatever. She knows what's going on. They all go back. They're all upset because Nat died. Understandable. They make the gauntlet. My other prediction was right. They made the gauntlet. Tony Stark made his own version of the gauntlet. They make it. And now they're trying to decide who the hell's going to put it on. Hulk does it because it's all gamma radiation, which is Hulk's thing. He does a snap. Life comes back. They get a call. Hawkeye gets a call from his wife. She's back. He's super happy. But they couldn't enjoy too long because now past Gamora brought in Thanos and crew. And they just started attacking. Which brings us to the battle. Oh my God. They first of all, it's the three mains, because everybody else is trapped in the building. But you see Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor go head on to Thanos. Thor ended up grabbing Mjolnir in the past when he got the Aether. He does a little boom. He's still fat, by the way. All this he's doing, he's fat. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he was fat. I think I did, but he was fat. He stayed fat. Got his armor going. He got a braid in his beard. It was super fucking cool. So they go head on and they start trying to kick his ass. And with Stormbreaker, Thanos ends up grabbing it, ramming it in his chest. And out of nowhere, you see Mjolnir just smack the shit out of Thanos. And you're like, what the hell's going on? Was that Thor? Thor's getting stabbed. But then Mjolnir goes back, Captain America fucking grabs it. Oh my God. I went bonkers. That was one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene of the movie. The small things that matter, because everybody knows back in Age of Ultron, we was hoping for he was going to pick it up. He moved it, whatever. Right? So the battle continues. Thanos is still whooping ass because this is younger Thanos. So he got some years on him. He just started pom pom pom. And it's damn near just Cap at this point. His shield's broken, but nothing stops Cap. Gets back up, and he doesn't say it, but he says it on his face. I could do this all day. So he's getting ready. Then out of nowhere, he gets this weird sound in his helmet, the earphone, and he's like, it's Sam. Sam Falcon. He was dusted in Infinity War. He's back. Says, Cap, you there? And he's mad shocked, and he goes on your left. Oh my God, I went crazy, because not only does he say on your left, you look to your left, or you look to the left of Cap, and you see one of the Doctor Strange portals. Guys, I am the biggest Doctor Strange fan. I love him, and I'm like, oh my God. So the first portal comes out. It's Black Panther. Everybody missed him, and the portals start opening. You see Doctor Strange come out, Cap, and Cap was just sitting in awe. Everybody's like shocked. Everybody starts coming out. Spidey swings in. Guardians of the Galaxy comes. Oh, man, you see Falcon. You see Winter Soldier. Wakanda comes out. The Sorcerers come out. The Ravengers come out. Everybody just comes out, and everybody just all together. Cap grabs Mjolnir. It goes right back in his hands. Everybody's out. You see Wasp comes back. Ant-Man's huge. Pepper's in the suit. Rocket is on Rhodey's shoulder, just like how the trailer was. He's holding Mjolnir, and he goes, Avengers! And then everybody stops for a couple seconds. Assemble. Oh my God. Fucking crazy. I fucking cried. And I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. It was fantastic. That was what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see. I felt like a little ass kid. It was just like all your favorite characters going in one battle. Everybody's there, man. Howard the Duck is there. Everyone, they just charge and they fucking fighting Thanos and his crew. It's just, oh my gosh, so much fan service, right? Captain Marvel comes in when this big ship that Thanos has starts blasting everyone. Doctor Strange does his magic and makes sure none of the water comes down on the fight and protects his people. That was really fucking cool. A-Force comes in because they trying to keep away from Thanos. They killed old Gamora, so old Nebula. I'm just getting all tongue-tied. It was just so much going on. But the battle wraps up because, of course, the gauntlet gets closer and closer to Thanos. And more and more they try to take it away from him. They fight for him not to have it. Captain Marvel makes sure he doesn't have it. She's strong. And Thanos headbutts her. Doesn't get nowhere. That was pretty funny. And at one point, he has it on. But then Captain Marvel's almost about to break his fingers. And we're like, yeah, get that motherfucker. Just, right? But the fucker smart. He popped out the Power Stone, put it in his other hand, and knocked it, just boom, hit her hard as hell, and she flew. But of course she's still fast. Make sure she didn't get it. All the heroes jump on Thanos. Iron Man grabs him, but then of course he pushes everybody's off, and he goes. His new plan now, I forgot to mention, is to kill everyone because wiping half existent isn't enough anymore, and fuck you guys. So he snaps. Nothing fucking happens. Nothing happens. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Looks at the glove. The glove's empty. You know why? Because fucking Iron Man transferred it to his suit. So all you see is Iron Man just look up, and the glove's on his... Let me see. So we're looking at it here. That will be his left hand. He looks like this. And he goes, because, Thanos goes, I am inevitable. Boom. Nothing. Ha, you suck. Iron Man, the stones come up. All on his hand, the same way they go on the gauntlet. He says, and I am Iron Man. Just like how Iron Man was in the first one. Boom, snacks his fingers. Thanos' army's gone. Thanos knows he lost. He sets his big ass down and just waits for nothingness. Gets disappeared. Boom, they win the battle, right? Everybody's happy because now they got their heroes back, their families back, and they won the fight. So they turn around, and my man Tony Stark, the person that started the whole MCU, is sitting down, and my man's burnt on half of his sleeve. Oh my god. Oh my god. Tony Stark did not make it. One of my predictions, by the way. Um, he did not make it. They all rush to him. Yo, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And he's not. He's just sitting. He's looking into space. He's gone. He's really gone. And to think of an MCU without Tony Stark, Iron Man, is crazy. You see Spider-Man trying to, come on, Mr. Stark, we did it. And, that reminds you from Infinity War when he lost Spider-Man, I don't feel so good scene. And Pepper is just, she comes in and she goes, come on, it's okay, it'll be fine. And then she looks at Tony Stark, goes, hey, listen, we're going to be okay. You can rest now. And then he just, like, you can tell he's let it go. His arc reactor turns off. And Pepper Potts just starts balling out. Oh my god! I didn't think Tony Stark's death was gonna hit me as hard as it did, but it hit me. I cried again. I cried like 2 times, and I teared when Natasha died because that was actually pretty shocking. But they won, and Tony Stark unfortunately did not get to live to see it. Of course, sacrifices are made because that's what heroes do. Fast forward, they have a small memorial service. The holographic Tony is just talking about he knew there was a chance that something might go wrong. He may not make it, so he made a video for his family. And he looks at his daughter, says, I love you 3,000, the same way that she told him in the beginning of the movie. I forgot to mention, oh my God. Anyways, I'm a dad, so that shocked me. Another thing about the movie was, my son was crying when Tony Stark died, and I felt so bad for the kid because I didn't think it was going to hit him the way it did, but he's been watching these movies since he was a baby, and I've been taking him to see the movies that come out. That's something that we do. So for him to get involved as much as he did, as much as I did, was just fantastic. And I'm glad I'm not the only one crying. I mean, granted, it's an 8-year-old, but still, I'm glad I'm the only one crying. And the memorial service was good. Everybody was there, even the little boy from Iron Man 3, which a lot of people were confused, but I knew off the rip who the little boy was. It was just fantastic. It was phenomenal. I always say phenomenal. I felt like I had to say it because I don't think I said it in this video. Cap returns the stones. Wait, let me just start off. Thor actually gives Asgard to Valkyrie, New Asgard, what they call it. She's the queen now. Cap goes back in time, gives the stones. He lives a life, and now he's old. He's dying. He goes back to Peggy Carter. You actually see Happy talking to Morgan, who's Tony Stark's daughter, and he goes, hey, what's your favorite food? She says cheeseburgers. And then he smiles and says, oh, your dad loves cheeseburgers. He's going to buy all the cheeseburgers you want. And this movie was fantastic. And he remembered from Iron Man 1 when he first came back, he wanted a press conference and an American cheeseburger. So that was a nod to that. In the funeral, they send a wreath off with the Iron Man 1 gift that he gives to, that Pepper gives to him, proof that Tony Stark has a heart. They send that. I think it was Iron Man 1 or 2. Regardless, we knew what it was. That was just great. And Captain America gets a life. He gives the shield to Sam. He becomes Captain America. I actually prefer to see Bucky only out of preference, but it makes more sense in the MCU for Sam to get it. The way they wrote Sam, he's a better fit for Captain America than what Winter Soldier is, or Bucky is. He goes back, and the movie ends with Cap finally getting that dance with Becky. Wow. Oh my God. I gotta take my glasses off. I might take my hat off. Fantastic job, Marvel. Fantastic. That movie had me in so many different emotion states that I didn't even think was possible. As far as Marvel, I'm a huge Marvel fan. I'm a bigger DC fan, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Even the movies I enjoyed, Batman vs. Superman, I thought was great. I'm sorry, I'm one of those fucking nerds. It is what it is. But Endgame was fantastic. The storytelling and the emotions, they wrapped everything up so well. I didn't think Tony Stark's death was going to get me the way it did. Uh, Seeing everybody come out was just like fan service out of the ass. It was just great. Like I said, I didn't think Tony Stark's death was going to get me as hard as it did because I seen it coming, but I still wasn't ready. And the way they set up the whole scene was just great because Tony Stark sacrificed himself, and knowing the fact that he wasn't going to be able to be back with his daughter, and now his daughter doesn't have a dad because he saved the day, which is really good. So now she has a man to look up to. They could always do a young Avengers movie if they wanted to. You see, everybody has kids, and I can see them going that route. You know, everybody. Even Monica Rambeau is in the MCU. She's young. Captain America wasn't a strong arm. She wasn't the one who did it. She was just a strong arm. That was my other prediction, which I knew that was going to happen. But overall, great movie. This review took a lot longer than I expected. I didn't think I was going to ramble, but once I started talking, this is me really explaining the movie. Like I had had some small discussions. I'm glad I saw it twice. The second time I saw it, I was still hyped up as I was the first time, but I didn't cry as much. Seeing everybody come out was just fantastic. And Iron Man dying, the MCU started with him, and he pretty much ended that chapter. So I don't know what they're gonna have next. Overall, great film, amazing, fantastic. Oh man, go back. Now I gotta go back to the YouTube thing. Now I gotta go back to the reality. Go back and watch the prediction videos and see if I was correct or not, right? That guy Ralph, third favorite YouTuber, might end the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Comment what you thought of Avengers Endgame. Would you recommend it? What would be your pitch to see for mine to see the movie? Share with your friends because sharing is caring. Subscribe to the channel because I make pretty cool content. And ring the bell for notifications. Peace out, mi gente.